It's drought and wildfire season, and John Bravender, the warning coordination meteorologist of the National Weather Service, joins us to share what you need to know. Aloha, John. Thanks for joining us again this morning. Now, I know drought and wildfire season, they coincide with each other. So when really is the start of the season? When is the end of it?
We talk about May through September as our normal dry season. Obviously, this May was a little wetter than normal. We had more rain in May than we do for the typical whole dry season. Right. But the summertime is our dry months.
Oh, good to know. Now, what are some of the things that people really need to know about, just maybe some quick tidbits to keep them safe in their homes, not only for drought, but of course for wildfires, especially as we're getting in the summer months? I know barbecues are a big thing, campfires, all that stuff.
Drought really impacts agriculture and also anybody on water catchment systems. So that's something to keep. Those people know who they are. From the wildfire standpoint, that's one thing the whole public needs to be aware of. And think about if you're having a campfire or grilling out during the summertime, make sure you're not creating any sparks, you're not leaving any hot coals behind when you're done with that.
Yeah, so it's really just about being responsible, especially if you're on the beaches, you're doing a bonfire, of course, the beaches that allow that, or even in your backyard, because it is going to be pretty dry this season. Now, what are some things that we need to kind of know about it? Is there something that maybe the state is doing to help prevent another wildfire from happening, or how are they helping to alleviate some of the droughts that we've been seeing?
There's a number of different projects that are ongoing that unfortunately, with the land use that we have here in the state, it's going to take a long time to really mitigate a lot of these hazards, a lot of time, a lot of money. People can take action now. Like if you live in a dry area, clearing brush away from your house will protect you. And as you're traveling, if you're hiking, making sure you don't throw a cigarette away or anything like that, or even drive a vehicle through tall grass, that can spark a wildfire too.
Oh, good to know, especially from the exhaust system, I'm sure that can catch on fire. And of course, what you were saying with the droughts and the weeds, you don't want to drive into tall grass. I do want to ask, with that, what about, so what was I going to say? My question, we're just talking about this. With that, when you are heading into drought season, what are some things that you could do even by your house, I guess? Would you recommend maybe even conserving some water because of the droughts, or do you think that's not really necessary?
Well, that's conservation of water, always a good idea. Okay. You want to do that. Maybe even looking ahead towards the net wet season, can you install any rain barrels? Capture those, capture the rainfall, use that for watering your property. The dry season, usually we mentioned, runs through May through September. We're looking at a drier than normal dry season for this outlook as we go to La Nina in the Pacific, usually drier than normal. Leeward areas, drier than the typically dry, and then windward areas, still the same number of days of rainfall windward, but just not as much rainfall, so kind of drier across the board.
You know, just even small things, of course, like conserving water this season. Now, if we want to learn a little bit more information, I know the National Weather Service website is a great tool and resource that we could use. Could you share a little bit about that? Where can we find that?
Sure. Weather.gov/Hawaii will get you to our site. And there's information about there about rainfall, obviously the next 7-day forecast, but also past rainfall and seasonal outlooks as well.
Good to know. So we can kind of keep track of that. The season's happening right now, guys, until about September, you said. Pretty big.